Hello everyone, in today's video we are going to learn about the sequence diagram in software engineering. Okay, so first let's understand what it means. Basically a sequence diagram is a type of UML diagram. It shows how different objects in a system interact with each other, like step by step in a time sequence. Okay, in simple words it explains the order of messages that are passed between objects to complete a task. Okay, so the main purpose of a sequence diagram is to model the dynamic behavior of a system. It helps us see how a use case is executed step by step. It also shows the flow of messages over a time, which makes it easier to design and understand the system before coding. Okay, now let's look at the main parts of a sequence diagram, main components. Okay, first is objects or participants. Basically these are the entities that take part in the interaction. They are shown as rectangles at the top of the diagram. Okay, for example, like customer, system, and database. Okay, then lifelines, these are vertical dash lines, okay, drawn below each object. Okay, they represent the life of an object during the interaction. Then activation bars, basically small rectangle placed on the lifeline, they show when an object is active or performing some like action. Okay, then messages, in messages horizontal arrows between objects. Okay, like a synchronous message is when one object sends a request and waits for a response. Okay, then an asynchronous message is when an object sends a request but does not wait for a reply. Okay, so in a return message is a dash arrow that shows the response coming back. Okay, then last one is time sequence. So the diagram is read from top to bottom, showing the order of events. Okay, so let's take an online shopping system as an example. Okay, first the customer request to browse products, then the system checks the database for product details, then the system shows the product list to the customer, then the customer selects a product and makes a payment request. Okay, then the system sends the request to the payment gateway. Then payment gateway processes the payment and sends a confirmation back. Okay, and finally the system confirms the order to the customer. Okay, so basically this step by step interaction is shown in a sequence diagram. Okay, now we can see importance. So why is the sequence diagram important? First is it helps us visualize the flow of messages in a use case. Then it shows clear communication between objects. Then it makes the system workflow easy to understand before actual coding. Okay, and it is very useful for both designing and documenting the system. Okay, so see, basically a sequence diagram is a UML diagram that shows the one-time ordered sequence of interaction between objects to carry out a specific function. Okay, that's all for today's topic on sequence diagram in software engineering. Thank you.